Welcome back to the Religious Treehouse. I'm Jodie.
And I'm Matthew.
How are you doing today, Matthew?
I'm doing good. I saw Hamilton the other night, like
Ooh.
on tour, like in person, a real life like musical encounter in on
Oh,
the big Broadway stage, not in New York, but you know
yeah,
how it is. But it's a
fun
ton of
stage.
fun. We love Hamilton. Not
We
as good
love
as Hadestown.
supporting the arts.
We love supporting the arts.
Mm,
Um, and I've talked about my love for Hadestown before on this
yeah,
podcast. And
mm,
Hamilton was great, but
yeah.
does it stand up to Hadestown? No. Does it stand
And
up to Jesus Christ Superstar? Maybe. I don't know. I think Jesus Christ Superstar is like up there for me, but I would give Hamilton easily a top 10.
yeah,
Easily a
I
top
mean,
10, maybe a top 5.
maybe. I mean, nothing could beat Cats, but
I've never seen
the
Cats, but I'll take your word for
oh, Cats is phenomenal.
it.
But hey, that's just one girl's opinion. Dude, I've been dealing with construction in the house. So much pounding. They put in hardwood floors.
At least you can walk.
At least I can walk, except now
Yeah.
everything echoes.
Oh.
Um, so I hear everything and everyone can hear me.
Hey, you
And
win some, you lose some.
yeah, you know. And speaking of winning some and losing some, let's discuss today's movie, Brother Bear, in
Yeah.
which we do win some and lose some. Matthew, this was your first time watching the movie. First impression, like, what did you walk away thinking?
And this isn't gonna be what you want to hear from me,
Obviously not.
but like I was kind of bored.
That's bizarre.
Like it was fine. Like we'll talk about like what the themes
Weird.
and stuff. But it was just like I didn't love the animation style. I thought it was kind of boring
Insane.
and like the music didn't grab me. Like I couldn't think of like I can't remember the songs that were sung, but
Tina Turner sang a song.
and good for Tina Turner. We appreciate Tina Turner and all that she's done for
It was
music
Phil
and Brother
Collins.
Bear. Phil Collins, yeah. I mean, great people, but and they've done amazing songs. Just, not in Brother Bear.
That's crazy. But okay, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I
Oh,
cried at the end, like
oh,
heavily sobbed.
sure.
So I don't know what that's going to tell you about this discussion.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't cry, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize in advance for not crying.
How you could not cry, I do not understand. This is a tale about not only finding yourself, but finding a family, finding forgiveness. It is an adventure in multiple layers.
Okay, yeah. No, I think there were like, yeah. Let's talk about the themes.
Yeah.
This movie's been out for long enough that
Yes.
we can assume people have seen it. So what themes did you take away? Finding yourself and finding others?
Yeah. I mean, a self actualization. You
Sure.
know, Kenai is trying to become his totem, his spirit animal, which spirit animals, as we all know, closed practice.
What?
I People, there's a thing on the spirit animals online. No one can agree. Can you say you have a spirit animal, or is it disrespectful to native spiritualism, which is the first issue this movie presents? I understand its flaws. And I
Sure.
understand it so loudly that because like Disney had a thing where you could find your own spirit animal for Brother Bear, and then they
Okay.
took it away.
Okay.
It was this little cove you stepped in, and then it was like, you're an eagle. I wanted to be a bear. I was never a
Because of
bear.
Brother Bear.
Obviously, I wanted to be like Kenai and Coda. Anyways, back to the themes. Themes of loss, the loss of a mother, the loss of a brother,
Uh-huh.
with the loss of Kenai and Coda finding each other and like unknowingly being so intertwined.
Hmm.
Like he didn't, which I feel like Kenai should have picked up on it earlier. I don't know why.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
there were enough hints that like, hey, there's a little cub who can't find his mother, and also I just watched a mama bear get, you know, how did the mama bear die? He killed it. He killed the mama bear.
Yes.
Um, right.
Yeah.
So, you know, a different take from our last episode where
Mm,
the mama bear killed 42 children.
yes.
In this episode, in the movie Brother Bear, Mama Bear was killed by essentially a child. I mean, Kenai was young,
Well,
so
that because this was a rite of passage he was
mm,
going through. This was his marker within his community of how he will begin his journey to becoming the man he's going to be and getting
mm,
his handprint on the wall. This
right.
is, oh, this is 300.
This is
Same thing.
300.
You know, they send the boy out into the wilderness and they're like, survive.
I have no idea what you're talking
You've
about.
never seen 300?
I've never heard of
This is
300.
Sparta.
Oh, I've heard people say that before.
Okay, yeah, it's about the Spartans.
Yeah, I've the Spartans, I've read about them.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen movies.
Cool. Okay.
More themes. I don't know. What themes did you take away?
Well, I mean, I think it did as Disney movies are famous for doing, it tackled the concept of grief
Yeah.
because like Disney's like, oh my goodness, how do we make a compelling movie? We have an important character, an important relationship to the main character die, and like, hey, cool. Like like I love how Disney explores grief in all of their different
Yeah.
ways. Yada yada yada.
Usually by killing the mom,
Usually by killing the mom. In this case, we killed a mom and we also killed a brother.
which is
So
Disney's second favorite way, Big Hero 6.
I have seen Big Hero 6.
Brother dies
Um,
in that too.
brother does die. Uh, spoilers. um, so like that's nice. Like I appreciate that aspect of it, and if I think this movie is ripe for theological interpretation from like whatever lens you want to come from. Especially from Native American
Mm,
spirituality. I think
mm,
Hinduism I think can play a role in this movie
mm,
as well. I think some like Hindu beliefs and practices can kind of be
yeah.
extracted from this movie. So I think if we want to talk about this from like a theological perspective, which we don't because I don't know how to speak theology, I think this movie does a good. It offers a good starting point
Yeah.
for difficult conversations on you know on grief, on what it means to be in a family, in a group or a tribe, to be more specific as to the particular instances here, and how you
Mm,
relate to your brother or family or however we want
mm,
to extract that. Um, but I also think that the main thing that I took away is kind
mm,
of the exploration of the other
mm,
as like my primary takeaway of like what theme
yeah.
this movie was trying to push. Because
Yes.
what I think it did really well
Mm,
is kind of show how to empathize. It
mm,
says here we are humans and here they are bears and they're totally opposite others. We you can't see one, and to force Kenai into becoming a bear and to
mm,
force him to embrace that otherness and become fully other, I think is a really interesting exploration in empathy, and I think is a lot what at least what I'm trying to do with this whole project that we're working on
mm,
is promote a worldview in which you can empathize with the other. And of
mm,
course, that's not going to go into the extremes of becoming a bear. But as so much what we talk about with these like religious topics,
mm,
if you're, Christian and we're talking about, Hindus or Jews or Muslims, or even if you're like a Baptist and we're talking about Catholics or whatever,
yeah.
I think one of the biggest blocks that I see, especially in American religion, American Christianity, in this for this example,
Mm,
is this kind of first of all, lack of knowledge of the other,
yeah.
and then the lack of willing to engage with the other.
Yeah.
So the way that this movie was able to engage that and fully embrace becoming the fully other, the
Mm,
complete different,
mm,
the species that's diametrically opposed to whatever their goals and missions are.
yeah.
I think if we look at it more than just a, oh yeah, he's a bear, that's fun. I think it can allow for some interesting thoughts on interreligious or intersocietal, intercultural, interpolitical dialogue.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is this is an important film for everyone to see in order to come to these conclusions.
I think it offers that possibility. I think it allows that conversation to be had. I think it offers a good starting point for these conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And we see because Kenai really, they really did his struggle with
Mhm.
everything so well. Like he crashed out fully in
Sure.
front of the Shaw woman. And number one, I love her so much. She's so dear and precious to me.
Just yeah, Shaw woman. That's a new one. Haven't heard that before.
Hey, I don't know what else you want me to call her. God, that was so beautifully said. I'm sorry. I'm just a little stunned. I was like, there's a theme of forgiveness. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, now that's lame.
And I will say, I think the theme of forgiveness fell short. I thought that was not thought through as well as it could have been. And
Really?
it was just like, oh yeah, see, I don't think movies ever really do it justice to like how forgiveness
Mm,
like should be. It's
yeah.
often just, and what we saw in this movie as well was
Mm,
X happened. Oh my
mm,
goodness, I'm so sorry. It's okay. We move on with our lives. And
yeah.
that's not, I think that's harmful to use language from previous episodes. I think in instances of abuse, I think it benefits the abuser and
Yeah.
it neglects the abused.
Yeah.
And I think forgiveness should and must be considered much more nuanced topic as opposed to like with what was the little bear's name? Coda?
Coda.
Hey, Coda, hey, I just met this new bear, Kenai.
Yeah.
And also, hey, I learned Kenai killed my mother.
Yeah.
And we're just okay with that. Like there's
Yeah.
no like that just felt so rushed and so inauthentic.
Well, he had a moment and then ran off and then bumped into Kenai's brother who wasn't an
Yeah.
eagle. My goodness, where is your name? It's on
There's
here.
Sitka was one of the brothers, but I think that was
Sitka turns into the eagle
yeah.
and
Well, we're professionals,
Denahi.
guys. What was it?
Denahi.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Denahi was the one who was hunting him down. Can we talk about the way everyone reacted after Kenai got his totem of the bear?
Yeah, and while we're on that topic, let's talk about totems.
Yes.
But
Let's talk about let's start with totems and then
let's
we'll
start with
talk about the
totems. So totems, like most famous in religious
reaction.
studies dialogue, you have to go back to Durkheim. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't think about totemism without thinking about our good friend Emil Durkheim. And I'm sure I've mentioned Durkheim before.
Obviously. Yeah.
Have I not?
I don't know.
Okay. But so Durkheim was a sociologist from late 1900 or late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. I could be, around then, around that
Around
time.
then.
And his view was more so that totems offered this way for a group, a clan, and again, this being 100, 150 years old,
Mm-hmm.
theories have changed. But like the
Yes.
foundation point is starting at Durkheim is important for religious studies. So we'll just talk about him for a second.
Okay.
But the idea of a totem being a symbol of some sort that represents a clan or a group or some, you know, collective, is this idea that groups these people together.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees this as kind of an outpouring of collective effervescence. We've talked about that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where um, this totem represents something spiritually important to
Mm-hmm.
them. And I'm doing a total disservice to Durkheim right now, and I apologize to
That's
all
fine.
our Durkhamites out there. But the idea of a totem as a central figure
Mm-hmm.
in a religious circle, and he worked a lot with Australian Aboriginal groups,
Yeah.
I think is interesting. And I don't think this movie took that seriously. and appropriate. I don't think it did a good representation of totems, because when we think of totems in like modern conversations,
Yeah.
I think our main go-to is the totem pole. Am I wrong
Mm,
there? Like if I say the
no.
word totem, like you immediately think of totem pole,
Yes.
which does to some extent like greatly emphasize this idea here,
Yeah.
where there's the centralized figure, this centralized symbol that the whole group gets around,
Yeah.
physically and metaphorically,
Mm,
being the part of representing the spiritual ideas. And it's not that the totem itself has any spiritual functions or
yeah.
powers or per se, but what Durkheim puts forth is that the group response to this totem, to this shared collective, societal bonding
Mm,
figure, is what creates these important spiritual moments, because we have these big group
yeah.
activities and collective effervescence, if you will, to respond to these moments.
Yeah.
And so we see this in the receiving of the totem,
Mm,
of when Kenai gets the bear and it represents love and all that.
yeah.
And that does, is supposed to, create this theoretical bondage between him and other people who also have this bear totem and love and all that. But I think it didn't do a good job. It was too hyper focused
Mm,
for such a this was a very individualistic view on a very pluralistic society.
mm, mm,
And I think we got Kenai's perspective,
yeah.
we got his brother's perspectives, we
Yeah.
got the shaman's perspective. Other than that, I don't think there were any characters. And I think when talking about, if we're discussing this, I feel like we need a broader view
Yeah.
of the family. Because if we're
Mm,
talking about family and family relationships, as so much of this movie is about, I don't love how limited in scope it was.
wow.
And I rambled there and I said very little and a lot of words, and I apologize for that. But that's my thought, very distractedly on totems.
And that's fine. Um, no, it's just given me a lot to think about. I don't know. I like how small and centralized the story is, and also I'm looking at the studio that gave us Pocahontas falling in love with John Smith.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, they've committed worse atrocities.
Yeah,
And you just got to take your lumps. But no, it could be better.
sure, sure.
Everything could be better. No. And also this there was mammoths.
Yeah.
So I'm
Was this
like,
before or after Ice Age?
well, that's what I'm wondering.
Like the movie, not like the Ice
Oh,
Age.
no, yeah, these came out around the same time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Was there just like something in the air where like mammoths were cool?
So you know the song On My Way?
I'm away, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ice Age
Yeah.
song.
Yes. Okay,
uh-huh.
everyone mistakenly, oh, not everyone, but some people mistakenly think it's from Brother Bear. But you know what is from Brother Bear is the viral TikTok audio. This year I lost my dear husband Edgar. Quit telling everyone I'm dead. Sometimes I can still hear his voice.
Yes, the very famous TikTok
Have
audio.
you never heard that?
You know I've never heard
I just,
it.
how much free space do you have in your brain? There must be so much. You fill it with knowledge. Um, this movie, I just think it hit something. It's so nostalgic for me.
Sure.
But yeah, definitely watching it, I was like, I don't know if they consulted with anyone on any of these things. And I
Yeah,
feel like they should have.
and like I wish I knew more about Native American spirituality and stuff like that, so I could comment on. And what was this? The Inuit tribe.
Yes.
Um, so I wish like I could speak more authoritatively on any of that, but I can't. So I'm not even going to try.
Listen, the people yearn for Native American cartoons. Okay. Spirit. Have you ever seen Spirit?
No.
Beautiful movie about a horse and connection to the wild and being one with the earth and colonization,
Hmm.
manifest destiny,
Sure.
definitely slams. on the American army. But those, I don't know why those movies with a cultural connection always seem to be the most moving. And could that be because of collective effervescence? Because there's just so much passion that people put into them. And then you're like, wait a second, this isn't accurate.
Yeah.
And it all
And
comes crashing.
but I do fear that I don't know if accuracy, and we've talked about this.
Mm.
I don't know if accuracy is the point. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a movie. Like no one wants to watch a movie and
Mm.
have it be completely accurate.
Yeah.
That's beside the point. It loses the art. If you want to
Mm.
watch something for accuracy, watch a documentary, and even then, like it's not going to be fully accurate. It's like I think we're in this world where we think everything is facts and numbers and statistics, and that's what accurate is.
Yeah.
But it always comes from a perspective. It always comes from a lens. And instead of trying to be, quote unquote accurate,
Mm.
we should lean into the lens that it's coming from.
Yeah.
And I think it's not so much the problem with these types of movies that it's inaccurate. Like you're going to get
Yeah.
inaccuracies,
Mm.
and I think that's good. I think if we embrace the inaccuracies and try to see what the message is, what the intentions of the inaccuracies are, I think that's great. I
Mm.
think our problem is, and I haven't looked into who made this or who wrote this and all that,
Yeah.
but I think the overall problem with these types of movies where
Mm.
a minority is being presented is that
Mm.
the minority is being presented from the dominant culture's worldview. And
Mm.
when that dominant culture's worldview tells the minority culture
Yeah.
what it is, that's when we get problems. And
Yes.
that's when it's not. That's when it's uncouth. And we're like, oh no, there's something off with that.
Yeah.
So that's my theory there. That being said, I don't think I was ever like overtly offended
Mm.
by their portrayal of Native Americans or Native American spirituality or anything like that. I think it was
Mm.
all very surface level,
Yeah.
maybe a little two dimensional. Like, oh
Mm.
look, these are hunters; they're gonna go hunt after the bears.
Yeah.
So maybe it was a little two dimensional in that aspect, but I don't think
Mm.
it was overtly offensive in any way.
Here's where I got offended. When they started mocking Kenai for getting the bear totem, and I meant to get to this earlier.
Mhm.
They were like, "Oh yes, bears are feminine, and now you're girly." And I was like, his brother Denahi was like sprinkling flowers on him as an insult. And I'm
Right.
like, he got the totem of love. Why does love have to be bad? It was not nice to the ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. And in that also being said, the idea of love being like the central theme of this is very much like a theme that we would expect Disney to push on.
Yeah,
And like while like in Native American cultures, like sure, love is
yeah,
respected and but it's rarely, at least from my experience, and my very, very limited, it's very rarely that like, hey, this is the main takeaway.
yeah,
So I think that is an example of the dominant culture kind of
yeah.
telling the minority culture what it should be. But no, I fully agree that that was like, okay, come on, whatever. So that being said, why love? Like that wasn't the theme that I took away from this. Like we could watch this whole movie, and if we
Mm,
said the bear represented, family, or if the
yeah.
bear represented even forgiveness, or if the bear
Mm,
represented like healthy competition, like that would make more sense to me than love. But
yeah.
it just felt like a random word that like, oh yeah, this is what our community is gonna, you know,
Well, because Kenai kept moving selfishly. At the
yeah,
beginning, everything he did was selfish. And he's like, I'm so ready to be a man. Yet he's making all of these immature decisions.
yeah.
And
Patience would be a great, but
but then we get to the point where he does tell Coda what happened. And it's out of his love for Coda because he doesn't want Coda to just still like be sitting there wondering what happened to his mom.
yeah,
He doesn't want to have this secret from this being he loves. And so when he does the unselfish thing, knowing full well Coda could just cut him off completely, tell everyone he could be killed by all the other bears because every
Yeah.
other bear at that watering hole standing 10 toes down for Coda. And yeah, I don't know. It's surface level, but goodness, I love it. It's shallow. I love a kiddie pool.
Yeah. And I think this, similar to our Prince of Egypt movie review, like
Mm,
relies on a lot of nostalgia
yeah.
to remain enjoyable. And me, I mean, maybe I saw it as a kid. I don't know. I don't remember it, but I don't have any of that nostalgia level to it.
Back when California Adventure was really California Adventure, they had an entire area that was like redwood themed, dedicated to Brother
Mhm.
Bear, and you followed the path of like little animal footprints, and there was a wall you could climb. It was so cute because you also linked it to conservation, so it was just
Mhm.
a good old time. I feel like this was during their experimental phase, like around the same time as like Atlantis and Lilo and Stitch in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have seen Lilo and Stitch. So
you
I've got
have.
that going. I have seen Lilo and Stitch. I have
Have
that
you
going
seen
for me.
Atlantis?
I have not heard of Atlantis.
That might actually be another good movie for the podcast.
Oh,
That's,
we'll see.
yeah.
We will see.
Yeah, if I keep recommending Disney movies, Matthew's going to take my privileges away. Let's be honest. I haven't even said that there's a second Brother Bear yet.
I did see that when I like searched this on IMDb. Listen, I think we've said enough. I think there's
No,
enough to be said
no,
about
now we have to
Rating
talk
and Brother
about
Bear.
marriage.
They go into marriage. Do bears get married in Brother Bear too? Is that like a topic that
Oh, yeah.
fascinating?
Well, he
Not something that's
obviously
fascinating
stumbles
enough for me to
into
watch, but
Obviously, he stumbles upon one of his childhood friends who tries to kill him, and then she becomes a bear, and she has to be unbecome a bear because she's supposed to marry this other guy. So she, Kenai, and Coda go on this adventure, and then she's like, "Wait, I still want to be a bear and be with you." And then the bears get married, and it's basically Shrek 2.
okay. I have two thoughts here. My first thought is, how is that any different from the movie we just watched? And second of all, I literally watched Shrek 2 like a week ago, and do not be smart Shrek 2 like that.
I mean, kind of a similar story. Like Shrek 2, though, it's a phenomenon. It's the most phenomenal thing. Can you did you see anything in Shrek that we
No,
could
and let me
put in
tell
the
you, I
podcast?
thought about it. I thought hard. I thought long and hard. I'm like, oh my goodness, how can I like talk about this for longer? And we're gonna talk about it right now because like what because I haven't seen Shrek in years, like since I was a kid. And
Uh-huh.
what Shrek did so brilliantly
Mhm.
is it like took all of it was like it's like Marvel Avengers, where it just like takes all of these like superheroes and stuff, but instead of superheroes, it's just like all of Grimm's fairy tales. And it's like, how can we pick and choose all of the most fun little characters and
Yeah.
use them to our hearts and desires? And so like the second movie of Shrek,
Mhm.
which I haven't seen the third or fourth, so maybe those get better. I don't know,
Yeah.
but like the amount of attention to detail to the folklore and like those conversations was just beautiful and so much fun. And the attention to detail. Oh, I don't know if I paid much attention to like any of the main characters, but I paid so much attention to the background because the background like was just so good, and all of like the jokes. And oh, that's we're talking about Brother Bear. I apologize. At one
No,
point, Puss in Boots was, what did he say? Oh, I can't say it on the podcast because it was just too good. But I don't want to get political here. But check out my letterbox if you want to know my thoughts on Shrek 2.
okay, I will need to see that. No, Shrek 2 is peak Shrek. Rumpelstiltskin, fine. They're triplets, okay, but Shrek 2 is where it's at. Although
Yeah.
Shrek 3 does have a scene where the princesses, basically Avengers assemble and attack the castle. And like Cinderella and Snow White use their like little creatures that follow them as artillery.
Oh my goodness, no spoilers.
It's insane. No, so glad you watched that. So glad you watched this. I'm trying to think of what else to say. I do feel bad now for the Shaw woman. I don't know, man. I just like she is a shaman, yeah, but Shy woman.
I am
ShamWow.
curious now. Is this shaman, is the man in shaman referring to man? I don't think it is.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Which is
Online
why you're going.
etymology dictionary.
Okay.
Is that a reliable resource? I don't
Who
know,
knows?
but we're going to use it for this
Hey,
conversation.
they're getting rid of the linguistics department at the university near me, and I'm getting worried, man.
Hmm,
Who's going to tell me the root and the origin of words if I don't have those nerds around?
that's a good point. All right, this tells me that I don't think shaman comes from the word man.
Well,
Therefore, I criticize your use of shawoman. No.
okay. Then I will rescind my Shaw Woman's and insert shaman. She was the best. She was so fun. She's
She
so quirky.
was.
I love a kooky old lady character,
And I do fear that character kind of like fed into stereotypes of like
obviously.
mystical, secret, you know, magic
Yeah.
people. Like you look at Native Americans and oh, there's magic. I don't know. So I didn't love that. But
But I mean, I really, the more I think about it, the more I feel like every like spirituality and religion has a sense of magic to it. Cause you look at Christianity and you got a magic sky daddy who you say is looking down at you from the heavens, but also knows everything. That's magical.
sure,
And
yeah,
then you know, like you get into Judaism, other things. I can't speak on those as freely, but I do think there's a sense of magic in everything, and
yeah.
it gets played up.
Like main world religions have some either branch or form
Yeah,
of it that has magic in it to some extent. I
the
think of
connect.
some religions, I don't know, like Scientology, that
Mm,
well, I guess they wouldn't call it magic, but like there's a
no,
sense of like scientific.
what is science but magic?
Sure, no, hey, as some, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast, but
Mm,
as someone who has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, planes are magic.
planes are magic.
Like
Our
just
phones
it
are
doesn't work.
magic.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm Hedy Lamarr, a magician.
I don't know who that is.
Connor, what did Hedy do again? Hedy Lamarr
She
created Bluetooth. She created
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. She made the building blocks of Wi-Fi. She was an
Oh,
actress
yeah.
and a beautifully stunning woman. Um, Connor said another thing. I'm not going to say that one.
Cool.
And who else? Oh, who's the Edison with the
Yeah.
phone?
Yeah. Thomas Edison is a
Yeah.
light bulb.
Oh, Connor says he's a thief. Sorry, Nikola
He
Tesla.
is. Yeah. Nikola Tesla. I mean, hey, this has been Brother Bear.
This has been Brother Bear. We've
Oh,
gotten way off track, but we've had some fun.
we've had some fun indeed. Jodie, what did you rate this movie?
I didn't rate this at all, but I would have rated it a five, and I'll continue to rate it a five. I think the soundtrack slaps. I think that I enjoy the animation style, but I like things very simple. I did notice they reused animations,
Mm,
especially in the scenes where they were starting their celebrations. It was just the same thing cut and copy and pasted into a later portion.
sure.
But that I'm not an animator. Who am I to critique? I'm just happy. And I'm not easy to please, but I prefer handmade slop over AI slop.
Yeah. No, valid.
Uh,
I did forget to say my largest critique of this movie,
oh,
which is whenever they wanted like a plot to further, the
mm,
solution was, hey, we'll just fall off a cliff. That was
yes,
just the solution at least a dozen times in that movie.
that is the solution in most animal-based movies. I fear. I've been watching quite a few,
Mm,
and
I have
cliffs,
not.
I don't know what you
Okay.
spent your time watching.
Hey, I Donkey was in Shrek, so like I guess there's that.
I'm either watching animal movies or the people on Love Island kissing each other.
Sure.
They're all about it. Would you rate the movie?
I gave this a 3 out of 5. I thought it was fine. I thought
Yay.
there's nothing to write home about. It was like, okay, cool. I watched it. It's been there and been done. Nothing horrible, nothing great.
This has been the Religious Treehouse. We're so happy you have joined us. We will see you the next time Matthew allows me to pick a Disney movie. We still haven't done Sister Act. And I've just never seen Sister Act.
I've also have never seen Sister Act.
That feels like it should be high on our list. Okay.
You can't keep doing this, Jodie, and recommend our next movie episode in the middle of our episode, because then I feel obligated to do it.
I'm sorry. That is definitely not a manipulative way for me to move. No, this has been the Religious Treehouse. You can find us at YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, TikTok, Bluesky, Instagram, Facebook. Email us at theriligioustreehouse@gmail.com. And, as per usual, give me your compliments, Matthew, your comments, and have a great day.
Yeah.
This has been Brother Bear After Dark.
Yeah, tell your zookeeper about us. let them know about our podcast.
Let them know. Other bears near me I can see. I just really feel like seeing a bear right now. I don't know why.
You're near to, relatively near to Baylor's campus. They have some bears on campus.
True.
I have seen the bears at Baylor.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, the Baylor Bears. I feel like there's other bear places.